Joe Boogren is the current Forsyth Township Supervisor. He's served in a number of different roles, including the Board of Education. We asked why he's decided to run for a larger position.
I enjoy doing something that benefits my fellow members of my community, in this case the district. I am a father of 6 and the grandfather of 11, and all of those 17 people live in our district, from Norway, Nagani down to Gwyn, and that matters to me. My late wife and I chose to come back home to Gwyn because we love it. My family loves the UP, and so do I, and I'm committed to doing the best I can for this region, for this district, and for the people that live within it.
Boogren says if he's serving in Lansing, he'll remain focused on jobs in his district.
People here are probably like people everywhere. They want to have a job, that brings them dignity, a job that allows them to care for themselves, care for the people they love, have the capacity to own their own home, send their kids to schools that are well funded, be able to afford the health care for themselves and their families, just to be able to not have a constant burden of bills, and the inability to pay them. So I am a champion for jobs. I'm a very pro-labor person. I believe in our local culture that includes, to a very large degree, mining and timber and the various things that come from logging and timber production. They matter to us, they matter to the jobs of our people, and I'm committed to helping to sustain those and bring in new industry where it can, support the tourism that makes us a destination, and also continue the culture that the UP is very rich in of conscious conservationism.
He hopes to alleviate some of the financial burdens put on municipalities.
You know, all these small towns, we're all trying to make our way through, and we don't need any extra money put on our burden. It's hard enough to go out to our taxpayers and have them support things like a fire department, EMS, a police force. Those things cost money, and we don't need anything from the state that is a state obligation pushed down to municipalities.
One way he hopes to represent the 109th District well is by keeping his politics local.
He spent a lot of time talking to people, finding out what their problem is that's making their life less wonderful than it needs to be, and you work on it. And I will tell you from my experience with our current state rep, I see that there's a lot of the same. You know, you spend a lot of your time down there trying to move mountains to get legislation done, but you spend even more time working with your local constituents and meeting their needs. And I'm ready, capable, and focused on doing that.
With a combination of experience in the office and in the military, Boogren hopes that will earn enough votes to take on this next challenge.
I think in the positions I had, both in leadership and in the in crisis, our times of crisis, I think it gives a person an ability to adapt and to make smart decisions. Sometimes decisions can be made quickly. They usually require a lot of thought, and you certainly experience that in planning processes and executing operations, or just day-to-day leadership or day-to-day getting the job done. I think my wealth of experience in those kind of roles will pay great dividends for me when I get to Lansing.
Reporting in Forsyth Township, Tor Thorne, Local 3 News.